Welcome back to Sunshine Forest on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 14 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, at the start of this episode, straight off the back of the last episode where I was doing my potato planting, and I said about the potatoes going down very, very quickly. And to start off with they did, and it must come down to soil type, although top left it's not really showing me a variable seed rate for my potatoes. That being said, the 8,000 litres I put into this planter, look, I should be able to finish I didn't think I was going to finish the field. I thought I'd have to get a load more. We are going to finish the field with some left in here, which means I've still got another 8,600 litres of potatoes sat off to the side of the field that I didn't use. We managed to get it done with just that. I'm happy with that. That's brilliant. I didn't think I would. I just wanted to show everyone, you know, again, that thing. I don't know why. What was I doing recently where I was doing potatoes and it just seemed to devour them at a colossal rate. So no, I'm pleased with that. I just thought I'd show that. What we're going to do now I was going to jump into May, but it's actually still light. It's 6:20 though. I'm going to grab our new seeder and I'm going to start on the I did say I was going to do wheat, didn't I? Is that an obvious crop? Don't know. Just give me a minute to consider my options. I have to say, I really do like the old pulse width modulation thing. It's pretty cool. I've got the sensors on the front of this. I think it all does work more efficiently if the crop is through the ground because it can see the crop and the pulse width modulation, you know, all that kind of stuff. But in all honesty, it's one pass. I'm not bothered. I really don't mind. I'm just going to double check to make sure everything's saying perfect where it should be. Awesome. pH and nitrogen. You know, at the end of the day, if I wait for the crops to come through the ground and then do it, I would still be saying perfect. I might use a little bit less fertiliser. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's going to come down to. But because we're on precision farming and we're doing one pass application, we're using less anyway. On the base game, when you're doing 2 fertilising states, you're using far more. So I really don't mind. In all honesty, it works out really well. It'll only be once we get round to the once we're done around the outside and we start moving on to other sections that we get to have, again, the section control, which yeah, so it's switching off there as we go off the field, then come back in on. You know, I know everyone knows all this, but again, I say it over and over and over again. Pay attention to the details, the little things that we get so blasé about and we get so used to, and we kind of just ignore them. We don't really pay them the notice they should get. They deserve, should I say. It is very cool as we're gradually going up and each bit is gradually switching on. Love it. Anyway, I've got loads more to do. We've got a ton to get done. It's 5 to 7. I've sprayed. Liquid fertiliser is all done at our potato field. That's all sorted. You've already seen that bit. I brought the sprayer down here, so when we got this field done, we're good to go. Now, I was saying about... I'm chasing that environmental score. I shouldn't be. But our rice field that we've harvested, our planter... So this seeder we purchased, and I'm still debating whether to get 2 more or not. We'll see how this goes first of all. To be fair, this won't take too long. Our penta that we bought is not a direct drill, which means if I want to do any crop in that rice field, I've got to cultivate it, which isn't good for environmental score. So I was thinking, I'm wondering whether or not to replace that penta. It was fairly cheap. I still can't get my head around the fact that was only, what was it, 30 grand? So this penta line's brilliant. And when I was saying about getting that bar, the tandem bar for this, which isn't for this, is actually for this, or ones like this. I could get 2 of these, which would work fine, but it's still not a direct drill. So what I'm thinking about getting is, I need to sell it. Actually, if we're going to return it, we need to sell it at our little workshop. Is what was I going to go for? I was thinking about, where are we? Planters. Here. Gain some momentum. The Valtra momentum. 100, yeah, look at the difference in prices. I mean, wow. So that's an 11 metre. I suppose 5, 4, no, yeah, we're jumping up to 11 metres. 109,000. But it does say, offers the possibility to seed directly. Hang on a minute. No, ignore me. What am I talking about? That's weird. Did I buy it for that reason? I don't remember it saying that before. No, ignore me. I can carry on with this. I could have sworn. How bizarre. Trouble is, any of these things I've got to... What am I going to put in the ground that's going to be, I say, useful? But it's going to be what can we harvest as well. That's the thing. I could do more corn, but we've done corn. Sorghum's quite a useful crop. Sorghum's grown around a lot of the world instead of things like wheat and barley. And in some places as well as wheat and barley, obviously. I'm just trying to avoid having to get the big old harvests. HMG reached out to me yesterday. He did a bit of digging after I was doing my video and found there are quite a few around the world, different companies that produce pull behind harvesters for things like green beans and peas and spinach and stuff like that. We just don't have them in game, unfortunately. What am I going to put in that field? Why did I checked, I looked it up, but it didn't say. But I should have come in here and checked, actually, shouldn't I, when you think about it. Cotton's a tricky one as well. Just the thing is, the things that are going to be most useful to feed a group of people are things like sugar beet. Although, to be fair, we've put potatoes in the ground already, haven't we? You know what, I'm going to do a field of sunflower, why not? Let's open the cover. I've done the rice field, and then... Well, at least I know that'll work now. So what I'll do then, let's make a start on the big field, because the big field's different. What I should have done... Where did I put it? Oh, I've left it up at the old thing, haven't I? Can I lift one of these up? Don't know if I can get high enough to put it in. If I get right, remember, bend at the knees, people, bend at the knees. Why are these not? These... I am almost certain I bought liftable. Okay, that's going to be a problem then. I think I'm just going to reset. Just pause, reset. I need to speed this bit up because it's now 7 o'clock and all of a sudden it's like someone will turn a light switch off I don't know if it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock, it will suddenly go click and it'll be bonk, it'll go dark. There's not really a gradual twilight. Hello again all, thank you for joining me again. If you're still here, you're all awesome. If you're sticking with me, sticking with this Let's Play, whatever it might be, I do appreciate it. You watch Now the Bag Be Too Heavy. Just grab one from the side. Right in as close as I can. What is that? Oh. There we go, lovely job. Will that one open automatically? What we'll do with this one. Job done. It did work. There we go. There's a thing. Something I did worked. How about that? I think what I'm going to have to do is probably buy some more seed. I'm just trying to think of what we're going to be doing tomorrow into May, aren't we? Right. So I know I was going to use the penta. I was only because I thought, you know what? Let's do some direct drilling into our old rice field, but I want to use the new planter, seeder. Sorry, I said the wrong word. Close cover. Close cover. We're not going to do wheat, and I'm going to fertilise afterwards. So I've got my fertiliser there, so we're good to go. Yeah, so whilst this is technically a direct drill, because it's a new field, doesn't matter, but next time round, that'll make all the difference. It's quite a big field, actually. But that's good. Right. Drop you down. I don't think this is a... Yep, it's not a switch on one, it is mechanical. Nice speed as well. And away we go. Something I need to double check as well. What's it saying bottom right? Field info owned by you. Does say needs rolling. Okay, cool. The potatoes obviously didn't, but this does say needs rolling, so I must have get to do that afterwards. My roller that seems to be constantly arguing with the ground. Not quite sure why. Now, see, I'm still getting that little bit of flickering. You notice that on the ground? I thought that had gone with one of the updates recently, but that could be because I'm right by the road network that I put in. I'm assuming it's that, because now it's not doing it, and that's by the road that was put in on the map, I think. I don't know. I haven't. Well, once we actually, the problem is with stones being on the field already, is that apparently, I haven't actually ever tested it, but if you've left stones and you're seeding like I am now, the stones can damage your equipment, so your damage rate can get worse. Actually, I should be able to do that, shouldn't I? But it's showing me. It's not showing me bottom right, bottom left, but top left. You can see we've got our variable seed rate is working for our wheat. I've missed a bit, that's right, I'll go back for that, so I'm looking at my little map. So it's working, which is good. What was I going to say? I started saying something, didn't I? Oh yes, we need to do the other thing tomorrow as well. So we're going to head off down there. I'm starting to wonder, whether there's more to this thing, you know, like I said, but the communication's not great, and we probably need to put in a radio tower or mast or something. The ministry have been on at me again. I've got to find this coal mine, but they're insistent. And like I said right from the outset, was one of the things they did say about clearing trees, and somewhere out here there is a mine they need access to. So then it's that thing of middle of nowhere, hidden away. Is it a coal mine? Is it a different sort of mine? Is it not a mine at all? Some kind of facility? I'm doing it again. I'm going around. I'm always in this habit of, when I do my seeding, going around the outside first, and I shouldn't be, should I? I should be doing the middle. And I know, again, if you're one of those people, don't worry about it. When I keep doing this, and yes, I've got the line showing, don't worry, it's fine. If you don't like doing it, that's fine. I should be doing this first, inside first, then finish on the outside when you're seeding. Then you're not driving over and compacting stuff you've already put in the ground. Although I'm going to roll it, but you know what I mean. So at least we're getting this in now. By the morning, this will have been sprayed off, and it should have been rolled. There might be a couple of little clips, not the spraying. I've already showed you a clip of me doing the spraying on the potatoes, but the rolling, there'll be just to prove that I'm doing it. It'll be done. Don't worry, it'll get done. And then, like I say, I'm not sure what I'm going to put in that one over there. There's not really too much of a rush. Suppose that. We'll do every other row. And I can come back and do every other row on the way back. How are we going for our seed? Well, we're not getting through it too fast. It's a fairly big field. It's going to take a little while, but it's going to be nice when we see crops in these. What was just ground, so littered with trees. I've heard there were quite a few trees here. Again, I'm back to that thing of, I'm just enjoying the process, you know. I don't mind doing logging. I like doing my logging. I like doing my forestry. But I have like to start off with, and I'm going to do some more, obviously, because I need to do more. I've done a lot of logging. It's nice to just do a bit of farming, you know. And they're still doing it. Isn't that weird? Only from certain angles, though. It's May, it's 4 minutes past 7. I made a horrible mistake last night. I mean, it's a tiny mistake, but it's yeah. Our wheat field, as you can see, is now growing, as is our potatoes. Lovely. Because this was ploughed, I haven't got any weeds, which is lovely. I did the rolling, that's all done. I think I showed clips of that as well. Brilliant stuff. I've moved to days. I've got one thing of wool. We've just moved that over and put that into storage. The meadow is grown fantastic. The animals are all very happy. But it was so dark, I thought, you know what, I'll wait till tomorrow. And sorry, I was watching that lamb. So I brought over the stuff over. It was getting too dark, and I thought, you know what, I'll wait, I'll do it tomorrow. However, I did this little bit because I'm on 1 day months. Technically a month has gone by. Our sunflowers started to grow, as have the weeds, but only on this tiny little bit here. I literally just drove forward and thought, no, I'll stop. So I suppose my option now is what I could do. It's not going to be too great for the old environmental score. I might just plough that and then go again on this bit, because that's going to be a stage ahead of everything else now as well. I'm still going to get weeds come through, and again, that's the downside. We can direct drill, but it's not ploughing, which means we will then get weeds. So that's something I've got to be aware of. But I'm just annoyed about that. Anyway, what I was doing was grabbing this to go and grab my stump grinder, because what we're going to do now, we've got some of our fields done, and that's kind of was part of the plan. I'll get that one done later, that's not a problem. Oh yeah, we're going to see if we can find this coal thing. I've been told to follow the track along, and it should be in the woodland to the north. So that's what we're looking for. While we're up here as well, we're going to put in our apple trees, because I said about doing that as well. I think to start off with, we might just do water. Actually, we don't have a water tanker, do we? So onto our track here. So in this open area that we left on the side of our track, so we put that track in. See how look, our potatoes are growing, lovely. And am I going to put the thing in now? I don't know if I'm going to put the little. There's a little juice factory, or whether or not I want to get the apples growing first and get some boxes of apples first before I decide to juice anything. I think we'll just do the trees first. So I'm going to get the trees in, then we're going to head down that road there and check out this coal situation, because I have to. I've been requested. So what we'll do is actually, you know what? I'll show it. Why not? I don't always. If we go into here and to here, and we go across to, is it greenhouses or cultivation? Greenhouses. And we've got the option of singles or fours. So we're going to do it in fours, simply because of the amount of productions I suppose it works out at. Where's our pallet spawn side there? Manages there. If I do them that way around. How many am I going to do? Don't know. Let's do one there. Okay, we'll put a few in. That's only £4 a pop, isn't it? 10's only 40 grand, isn't it? 3, 4. Let's do. I'll get another one in there. It's a risk. Let's go there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll stick another one there. 10. There we go. 40 grand. We'll see how that all pans out. And then if we are going to do a juice thing, we'll put the juice thing at the back here. So the thing to check now is I'll do a little bit of landscaping again. We'll do whatever we're going to do. Is it this side? Our thing is. There we go. So we can just do the recipe there, just water. Okay. We can do seed and manure, seed and solid fertiliser. Okay. So we could buy those, because we don't have a seed production, we don't have a solid fertiliser production. I've got nowhere to get, I've got nothing producing manure, so we'd have to buy all those things anyway. Wow, that takes a lot of manure, doesn't it? Seed, oh, it takes a lot of everything, doesn't it? So we need a water tanker, and we'll get some water in. Can I get water down the river? I can't remember now. Potentially. So we're going to get some apples growing on the trees. That'll be the next step. I suppose I need to look in. Let's see if we can get something delivered. We need, again with this, I'm probably going to end up using the one I've used before. I know I said about using different things, but that works. I suppose we could get one of these, couldn't we? 32,000 litres. That kind of makes sense. It's 90 grand though. How much is that? 10 grand. Ooh. We have got a lorry. That would be more fitting, I guess. You know what? Let's do it properly. I'm going to go like that. Stainless, I prefer that. Let's go that and that. Let's do it proper like. And let's buy that. Okay. So we'll grab a lorry in a moment. We'll cut out. We'll get some water done for those. Right. Let's check this situation out. If I grab the stump grinder on the way through. It was commented on the last episode. I had a message. I was using the manure grab for the telehandler. That is true. And when I came out of the woodland, there was the white thing was on the front, and someone had messaged and said, "What's that white thing on the front of your telehandler?" That's one of those grabs with tension straps. So you can use it as a bale spike or whatever, but it's got tension straps on it. It works quite well for logs. It's quite handy. And that just came down to speed, really. It was just the amount of logs I had to load up. The manure fork works well when you first start out. I am seriously considering getting the big log grappler, the big grapple thing, because that's got a big old crane bit on it, and I can move that around wherever I need it to. The grapple yarder, the tracked one. I was thinking about that maybe, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's what that is. That's again, full transparency. I'm not trying to hide anything. Where's the road? It still boggles my mind. What did we pay? 150 grand, was it? This is all our forestry now. That's hundreds of hours of forestry. What are we looking for? Here would be my guess. All a bit grown up though. I think we're going to need to get in the harvester. Oh yeah, we are definitely going to get in the harvester. Okay. This would be said facility, I would imagine. Overgrown somewhat. Wow. Now there's a curiosity. That still seems to be doing something, but there's no coal. So I'm assuming it's been abandoned so long it's not functioning. I don't know how. All they said to me was find it. Find it and clear a path. We can do that. We can clear those trees that are up that track. I don't understand that. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's only a small one. It's a diddy one. That's not just in the bushes. That's okay. Well, that's kind of. Oh, is that through the? I'm not even sure I can get that out of there. How would I? Oh, I suppose I could disconnect the bucket, couldn't I? I'm just looking, thinking, how would I get that out? That makes no sense. If I could get it out. I mean, to be fair, we're using kind of bigger stuff than that already. We've already got a telehandler. It's cool that it's here though. I don't know whether the ministry would want. Actually, who's it owned by? Oh, rented by. So it's not even owned by them. One of those rental agreements just disappears. We have no idea what vehicle you're talking about. No, can't find it. Don't know where it is. Yeah, I don't know about this. This is odd. And genuinely, this is odd. Genuinely, this is kind of not how this was supposed to have gone. I don't know. Is it because of the trees? Maybe. Are there obstacles that are causing that not to work? again, all I was told was to find it. So I would imagine from the previous episodes as well, people are going, oh, he's going to do his usual thing. It's going to find something. There's going to be a load of money to be made. If there's no coal there, and it wouldn't be me making it. All I was going to do was, if I was asked to, would be to transfer the coal from here and put it on a train for them. That's not... I don't know anything from doing that. But, that being said, there's not any coal anyway. There's not any piles of coal. There's not really anything. So what I'm going to do now, actually I'm going to leave the stump grinder here. I'm going to go and grab the excavator, the tree harvester. Let's just clear the track. Then I can get the stumps out, and then we've cleared up to it. I don't know about any of this though. Oh, I should have kept hold of the devourer. That would have made light work of all this, wouldn't it? Rather than using the tree harvester, I could have just devoured them. And I could have done these things as well, couldn't I? Oh, that's annoying. Oh well, not to worry. Right. Excavator. No, I keep saying excavator. It is an excavator, isn't it? Yeah, just with a harvester head. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it. We are heading out. Well, nearly there actually. What is the true nature of this facility? It makes no sense. There's no coal coming out. What is it supposed to be? Is it a front? I don't know. Oh, imagine if it was like... Oh, we haven't got that mod, have we? That was FS22. I was going to say, imagine if it was an old, like, a silo. Like a... Not a silo, it's like a grain silo. Like a silo, you know. Or maybe it's like a radar site, or I don't know. Seems weird. Right, let's do that. Do we do that one? I guess we should do that one, shouldn't we? There's a few here. We'll do what we normally do. Are we on the floor? Looks like we are. Just put it to one side. Get these out of the way. Is this another one of those? Oh no, it's alright. I was going to say it's one of those weird ones again, but it's not. We're good. Get rid of the stubby nubby on the end. I've got to be careful. Where am I with regard to my tracks? We are twisted somewhat, are we? Is there another track? Oh, because we're set to the side, aren't we? We're forward, so I need to be from level. There we go. That's level, isn't it? I don't need to be, but we'll just hit stump, maybe. Whoa! Through the cab. I'm not getting as low as I probably should do. Another stump. Oh, on the floor, that doesn't help, does it? Not too many, actually. Thought I was going to hit that tree then. Got a quick move it slightly forward. So I don't know what to do actually. Do I try and remove a couple? Oh, why has it missed a couple there? Do I? have a look in. Oh, not too bad. Let me clear the rest of these, then we'll do the stumps. So I'm just thinking, do I clear a couple of trees round behind it? Is that why there's no coal coming out? I don't know. Like I say, it could be that it's not actually a coal facility, but I was kind of under the assumption that it would be. I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought there would be. Right, let's make sure I've got enough room for the 8 metres. Actually, there's more than I thought. Okay, stumps are out, trees are cut. most of them. There might be another one. Like I say, I don't know. If there's no coal coming out, I don't know why that is. Don't know why it didn't do it either. But I've done what they asked. I've found it. I've cleared a route into it. We'll come and grab the trees. Yeah. What they want to do now is in time. I suppose I should really delimb some of these bits here, but is there anything now? No. It could be a fill type issue potentially. I'm just trying to think because I suppose we've got on here, we've got peat, haven't we? Oh, that's a good point. The peat field. How much is it to buy the peat field? We haven't done any peat yet, have we? Maybe we could look at doing some of that. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I thought that would do something, but it hasn't. Do we need to free this up? Not really. I don't think we need to use it. It's here. They can come and grab it if they want, I suppose. I suppose we can make their lives a little bit easier, can't we? Let's get it right down. Turn it right down. Just at the ground. Yeah, don't know. And that's what I've said before. If you've got a situation like this, you've got to start looking at what potentially could be causing it. Because I suppose what I would do now is, you know, work through that checklist. Say to yourself, well, this should be doing whatever it should be doing. So my next thing to do would be, before I go changing anything massively on my map that I'm playing on, I would have I've got my test map. I would have a test map. I have because I do my mod reviews and stuff. But what I would do is then take that particular thing and test it with no other mods. Deselect everything, try that, does it work? If it does, then it's got to be something either to do with the map I'm on, or it's with another mod, or because it's an additional field type. Although I have got the additional field types because I've shown them already, haven't I? Oh, blimey. Oops. By Weasel. And this is, I would have thought, yeah, I don't know. It's a curious one, isn't it? But yeah, so it's got to be something like that, I would imagine, that's causing the issue. So I would just run through a checklist of things, what could potentially be causing it, before I go straight to, I'm reporting this to Giants as the mod's broken, or I'm reporting it to the modder, that their mod's not working, because if it is technically working, it could be something else that's causing it. Like I said, I'm just, you know, it's that troubleshooting thing, isn't it? Running through a troubleshooting scenario list. Anyway, I'm done here, so I'm going to go now grab the tanker. Let's get some water into those apple trees. At least we can get them going with water. I'll look at buying some seed and bits and bobs, but I am going to have to plough on, I think. Oh, mind you, I still haven't decided what to do with that plough because I was having problems with it. Maybe I can use it just for the time being, and then I can get my sunflower into that rice field, and at least then I think everything that was on my list has been done. I'm seriously considering. I think what I will do is a bit more logging, a bit more forestry, maybe 2 more lorry loads. If they're 60, 70, maybe even 80 grand a lorry load, if I can get back up to around 400, 500,000, actually I suppose the obvious thing to do here is to go to here. How much is the land? Oh, 311. So I could afford to do it now, and then we could maybe lease some equipment and have a go at doing some peat stuff. Since it's that specific to this area, it would make sense to actually have a go at doing some of that. I got my tanker down at the water. I've just backed up ever so slightly. Nice. And you know what suddenly dawned on me? As I drove up, I was looking ahead of me and I suddenly thought, I didn't think to check as we moved into May whether or not our corn was ready. And apparently, it is. It's ready to harvest. So I'm going to need a corn header. I don't have a corn header, so I need to buy one of those as well. Lots of expense today. Still quite a few green bits on it, but it does say ready to harvest. Yeah, so we need to crack on with that as well. Blimey. It's all kicking off. Let's get some water for the apples. As I say, I haven't got any other stuff yet, manure or seed or solid fertiliser, but that all can be purchased. But I think what we'll do, because we can do water now, let's just get them running with water. Well, that's requiring that. I know it sounds bizarre, I know I've said this many times before, that feels heavy. It took a while for that to get going. So I'll get this up, then I'll get the little plough back down again. Did I show the bit where I bought a load of seed? I know I had it on the trailer. Yeah, it was 10 grand for 8 bags. So I've got a whole load of seed sat there. So I think if I do a little bit more logging, and then I can look at maybe buying the peat ground. We can look at then we're going to get some brought in by train, a load of fertiliser, maybe even a big old lorry load of manure potentially. That might not be a bad idea, although each one takes 100,000. So that's 1,000,000 litres of manure with all 10. Quick maths there, people. Quick maths. So I'm not sure now then. Although with apples we could do apple strudels. I do like an apple strudel. I'm a big fan. But I don't think we have a strudel factory anywhere. Now, where do we unload? Just here, isn't it? I think. I have marked, as you can see, a bit of landscaping has been done. And okie dokie. I forgot how much these take water-wise. Yeah, so our corn is good to go. Apple trees, water. Oh, 50,000 litres. Okay. So if I do one... Oops. I'll do one load. So I'll do 32,000 litres in each, I guess. Oh, I suppose I could do it off camera. I could top them up. But at least that's the first one going. And then we can do the rest. So yeah, so what I've done is I've marked, as I oft do. So when I was doing the landscaping, I have marked that little area there is where you unload, I assume, water, seed, fertiliser. I guess that's all going to be there. And then this bit here, I assume, is where our pallets are going to spawn. I've left that like that simply because if the pallets spawn, they're going to be lost in the grass. And then this bit here, hopefully, if I've got it right, if I click there, there you go, is where each of our managed productions is. So if I've done it right there as well, there we go. So yeah, we should be good to go. Apples are now going, so I'm going to then off camera, I guess I'll do the same thing. We'll get a load of water in these and get those all doing their thing. So I need to bring up it doesn't matter which tractor. I'll grab that plough, do that first little bit, and let's get the sunflower in the ground. Then next episode, I guess we're going to be looking at getting our corn out of the ground. That field will need to be repurposed. Again, we can direct drill, so we should keep our environmental score up-ish. And a bit more logging, and then move on towards peat fields. Yeah, there's a lot to get done. Just thinking, actually, I probably don't need to go. I can probably just back the trailer. I'm getting quite a bit of lagginess because all of this ground I'm on is technically filled. There is grass growing. Any of the vehicles required for doing spraying and fertilising and all that kind of stuff, it gets a little bit... Oh, there we go, we're alright, just back up. Cool. Ploughing is done. I can disconnect from our little plough. I think I'm probably going to update that, although I'm trying to avoid... I'll only need a plough really for creating new fields moving forward if I can direct drill with what I've got. And what I will say is I've been putting water in. I went in, what I did to make my life easier, I've numbered them. So I went onto each one and renamed them. So I numbered them in order. The front row 1 to 4, then it was 5, then backwards. So when I go to put water in, if I didn't number them, they all say the same thing. So as I look down here, it will tell me which ones have got water, but then I can't then, when I come back out, I'm trying to remember which one of those is which one. So numbering them, I know now that my front row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have all got water in, 6 hasn't, 7 hasn't, 8 hasn't, 9 hasn't, and 10 hasn't. So I know which ones I can put water in. But what I will also say is, they are absolutely honking along. I've only just put water in one, and that's only 11 litres already. I suppose I'm on 1 day months, which is going to make a big difference. And that's without any of the other ones running. I haven't got apple seed manure, apple seed and solid fertiliser. Which one did I set off early? 4, I think. I did 4, 5, and then went back. So 4 is at 104 litres already. So they'll do all right. We'll get plenty of... I don't even know if I'll have to put any seed and manure to those. I mean, I could do if I wanted to, but if I get enough from them... I'm just going to keep hold of the apples, and again, it's a nice fruit food source, or are we going to split it? Have some as fruit, some we turn into juice potentially, in which case we'll need the little juice plant factory thing that goes with it, maybe. But what I need to do now is get back into the corner. I don't think when I made this field, I'm not quite sure why I made this corner so sharp. I don't think it was my intention when I initially did it. I've made an absolute mess of this corner of the field. Blimey. It's awful. Right, drop that down. So that's going to look a bit weird when we first start off. But then it will go into that texture. There we go. Because we are putting it in on top of. Need to make sure I go right to the edge. And then we'll get our... see our variable seed rate going down as well, top left. Then we'll get our liquid fertiliser on it. I'm not sure, does this get rolled? Because obviously the last one required water in here. Sunflowers, yeah, it says needs rolling, so it'll need rolling afterwards as well. We can crack on with that. What happened there? Oh, because I forgot this has got passenger support, hasn't it? You can stand on there as a passenger. I'm thinking, why is my tractor not moving? That would be why. And then also, yeah, corn harvest. It's funny how once you start doing this, especially I know when you've got, because I'm not running seasonal growth, which I know some people are absolutely, it has to be seasonal growth on, or, you know, this does give you a lot more flexibility. And I think do it this way as well. Once you start getting your fields rolling, obviously these now are just being planted, and the others were planted yesterday. So if you get into that cycle, you can kind of get to a point where you've then got stuff to harvest and do almost every single month. Now I know obviously people prefer to do the seasonal stuff where you know, you are making sure you are following the crop calendars and stuff like that. I find that's a lot harder to do because then you're trying to find things to do during the winter. But again, some people just skip ahead. They just skip through the winter and don't bother, you know. Or like I've done in the past, you do a bit of forestry, or you do a bit of maintenance, or whatever it is you're going to do. There are plenty of storytelling things you can do. There's quite a lot of new mods available that allow for storytelling, which I really, really like. It's added so much immersion. There are a lot of modders that are really thinking of that as stuff's going on. So anyway, getting this one redone. I think I'm done. For this episode, not done. I'm done, that's it. No more YouTube. But yeah, like I say, I've ticked off what I want to do in this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.